están? Mi nombre es Isaac Cornejo y me encuentro con Imogen Putz.
Yeah, you look great.
This is my ugly Christmas sweater.
It's not that ugly, it's really nice.
Congratulations about the movie. More than a thriller or a horror movie, this movie pretends to be make a message to the audience.
Well, I think horror has a long history of being a genre where you can have fun and get scared and be excited and go to the movies with your friend, but also explore, social issues and maybe topics that can spark a conversation after the movie's over.
I mean, I think it's a real fear women have is, when you're walking home or you always kind of have to be on guard and aware. You can never kind of relax because anything can happen. So I think in that sense, it's different from a lot of horror movies. I think the real fear is what we experience every day.
It's very, very important for a message to reach people who perhaps, because of their upbringing or their family or the surroundings they have, do not have access to that information and that education. Whereas if you see characters discover and fight against a world which doesn't have to be normal, that's very, very important. So I think that there's a lot to be taken away from this. Alongside the fun Christmas stuff, there is a social message there about sisterhood and about finding your voice and about the importance of the fight against the patriarch, and also the American campus system and the fraternity versus sorority.
This school has 200 years of history. Many sacrifices have been made to keep our traditions alive.
You're all insane.
Seeing a film where there's no lady on danger, so the ladies are the strong part. So what do you want to experience or making the public, the audience experience on this movie?
I just hope, honestly, that there are people who watch this movie and think, I've been there, I've seen this happen, and they feel seen by, and maybe feeling a little bit stronger than when they walked in from it. Because I have a great friend who's been through something like this, exactly. Not the murder part, but yeah, I hope she feels stronger after this, seeing it.
Ho, 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 bitch. You messed with the wrong sisters.
The difference between the 1974 and this one, you wanted to make an impression of the feminine side.
Yeah, the original Black Christmas from the 1970s is a really fresh and modern take on what it's like to be a young woman in 1974 when it came out, and I thought it was a great time to make a movie that felt modern and fresh about what it's like to be a young woman in 2019.
I think films like this will always be important until we stop talking about feminism as something still to come, or even as a movement in and of itself. I think once it becomes normal, then we'll have made real progress. And I think that this film differs very much from the 1974 version. The content and the ingredients are entirely different. It's a feminine story about women fighting misogyny. We have a female director, so I think it's very much a different package. But in terms of a Trojan horse, as you will, of a film where the social message is subtly indicated throughout, but with the facade of a fun Christmas film, I think that's a really great combination to bring it to audiences.
She was at DKO last night.
Still creating problems, huh, right?
Hello? Hello?
Social media and technology helps to make the message feel better, or it makes it a little bit complicated?
I actually think it does. I was just thinking about that. Normally we look at the internet as something that makes things worse, or it's a positive and a negative, right? So we have Instagram that wants women to look a certain way, or cyberbullying and all these toxic. It can give a platform to toxicity, but can also give a platform to educating people about stories and what's going on.
I was gonna say though, because when you mentioned the old film, I do have some people reaching out to me, messaging me about what is this gonna be like? Is this the old film, the whatever? And I don't. That's interesting. That's an interesting part that they can just completely just message me and I'll see it and I'm ooh, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired tired of running.